For today's video, I'm going to be sharpening this knife. It's in the MagnaCut steel. It's from the Edge Knife Works company by Josh Fisher. It's very similar to this one. This one's in Nitro-V. And the only way I can tell is it's pinned. But then it also has these dimples. This one has no dimples. But it's also screwed on instead of being pinned. I'm also going to be starting to use this knife instead of these. Now I really like these in these Kiritsuke style shapes. It's really tall, so it has a lot of clearance. And also like this K-tip. I mean, I got this one because someone else recommended to me. I forgot the name at the moment. This one's an S35VN, so it's not a very common steel that you see in kitchen knives. But I've gotten it for a while, but the reason why I have not used it a lot is because of this bolster and how heavy it is. I just tend to like my knives being blade heavy versus handle heavy. Even though this has technically a full tang, this is probably you can say it's a partial tang, but the bolster and the end cap right here, I mean, this is probably just a thin, I don't really know because I haven't opened it, but it's probably thin that goes all the way down and they just pin it. And that all this extra steel right here makes it way more handle heavy. It's really nice if you're probably like rock chopping, but I don't really do much rock chopping. So I really tend to prefer blade heavy knives. But for today's sharpening, I want to be doing this in the Naniwa diamond in 600, and I'm gonna finish it on a ceramic 1000. So I've been doing this mostly on a titanium cutting board. And I've said it many times, you shouldn't, don't know if it's actually titanium or if it's aluminum. It's definitely not steel because it's not magnetic. And also that you shouldn't, if you're just doing it like as a normal person, not testing the knife, you should really cut on a wooden cutting board, or at the very least a plastic one. I mean, I would recommend wooden cutting board or at least those synthetic rubber ones. But I mean, if you have to, obviously plastic would be better than metal. So I don't usually talk about this part of the process, I usually just show it. But the way I the way I gauge where I'm supposed to sharpen, I basically just drag the knife. The higher it is, when it's the wrong angle, there's a lot of resistance. But when it's the right angle, usually a lot less. Like, usually I would say these, especially when you see this primary bevel being so large, and then you have such a small secondary bevel, usually the angle to sharpen it is actually much higher. So I usually start up with a tip in partial strokes like this, and then down to the heel. Technically, I already had it in one pass, but I want to make sure. But what I'm looking for is a burr. You can. It's a piece of steel that, like, as you sharpen it away, it basically folds over. And that's what you're looking for. So you don't want to make it too much, or folding it over too much, unless you like really want to remove a lot of material for if you have chip or something. That's why it's really common to have like just if you have to have like one stone to be either like 800 usually on the coarser side, but you can still use just that one stone, or just a 1000 that's like really more of a all-in-one. Obviously, if you're going to be sharpening like these super steels, I mean, you're going to need something more different than a ceramic stone. So same thing, I'm just trying to feel for that, how far it bites and slips. I mean, you don't have to like do the blending lines right now, so I'm still going to be stropping it. But the two passes on the right side, the two passes on the left side, I can already feel that burr. I don't know if you can see, but it's just spraying it. It's absorbing a little bit of water. So to prepare for the next stone, I'm gonna strop this on the actual stone. I don't really feel a burr right now, which is actually pretty good. Honestly, I thought it would have needed like a lot more passes to actually sharpen it. So this is Naniwa 1000. Since MagnaCut is actually pretty carbide heavy, that's why I started off with a diamond stone. I don't really know how well it will actually do if I did it on just a ceramic. I do want to test that in the future, but like right now, I'm just gonna start off with what is more meant to be because pretty sure like MagnaCut is pretty carbide heavy, whereas like Nitro-V there's not much, at least in volume, isn't as much carbides. I know that like everybody, like the company says it's splash and go, but almost all the stones at least absorb some more amount of water. But it's nowhere near as much as the water stones. The water stones generally need so much more time, and even if you don't wait for it to absorb water, you can still use it right away. Like that's the good thing about the ceramic versus the water stones. It's not super slick on the stone, which is actually pretty nice. It's like it still grabs. So I remember my first time sharpening the Nitro-V uh, Kiritsuke knife. At least the 220 was really slick on that. Although it was more sticky when on the 1000. how many people like edge trailing versus edge leading when finishing on the strop? Well, not on the strop, but stropping on the stone. I kind of like it better for kitchen knives to do edge trailing, but for pocket knives, I like it much better when it's edge leading. It's not bad. It was really actually gotten there really quick. You probably could have kept it at 600. But I do like a 1000 finish. And MagnaCut and 1000 is actually pretty shiny. I don't know if you can see that through the camera. So my question today is, when you're finishing on a stone, do you like doing edge trailing or edge leading strops? Also, I do have another question. For kitchen knives, not pocket knives, do you strop right after the stone, or do you use it for like a week or two before you start stropping it? Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day.